Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video this is kind of like an update stroke what I've actually done. But yeah, if you saw my last video, you know that in that video I mentioned about getting the next level GT, or the new next level GT Lite Pro base plates for obviously for the wheelbases. And the reason for that is because I saw in all of the pictures, it looks like you can have, with the new bolt pattern that they got on the new base plates, you can have your wheelbase basically all centered. So for better weight distribution, because previously with the current one, you have to have, if you want it all the bolts in properly, you have to have it either the wrong way round or off right at the back, so all the weight's hanging over the back. But anyway, as you know, if you saw my last video, I got in contact with Next Level, and they were really good. They were brilliant. They said yes, we can give you, we can send you the new plate. The price they gave me was really, it was like $36. They basically said that we'll charge you cost for the part, and obviously shipping on top of that. But the base plate, they said it came to $36, which was brilliant. So that was last Friday. So I sent them an email saying yes, please, I'll have it. And then they were going to send me a link to purchase it. But because they live in Australia, I think, well, they're based in Australia, they don't actually reply to me until the Monday. But over the weekend, I was just looking at my current base plate, the GT Lite, and I was like, I was just doing some measurements, and I thought, well, let's just see how it goes on here. And basically, I think I've got, well, I've got it where the base plate is in the middle. I've been able to drill the 3 holes, and I've got the Fanatec base plate in the middle as well. So everything is basically dead center. So the weight distribution is pretty centered. And this actually turned out to be a really good thing because, well, basically I've replied to Next Level Racing saying thanks very much for all your help, but I've actually been able to drill 3 holes in this and it's been okay. And they replied saying no worries, that's brilliant, I'm glad you got it to work. And then I watched, so I don't know if you've heard, there's a YouTuber called Boosted Media. He did a review of the GT Lite Pro. It's a really good review, go and watch it. It's really an in-depth view. But the one part that he did, a really did in-depth view, was the base plate and the mountings that you can put on it on the wheel base. And he did, one of the, obviously the bases he used was the CSL GT, which is obviously the same as this, but this is the PlayStation version. And it's a good thing that I didn't actually order that part, because it turns out that if you want the base plate in the middle, there's only really 2 bolt holes on it that are accessible, which also means that the base, the wheelbase, is mounted a lot forward. So obviously that weight distribution is off. Now you can move the base plate around like I did in the past, but then obviously the weight gets shifted. So even if I did order that part, I still would have had to drill new holes because it actually doesn't fit this like all perfectly centered. But the way that I've got it now, I think anybody can do this. So I'll show you in a minute. I'll get the camera and show you what I've done. But basically I've got 2 holes at the front and 1 at the back. So I've got obviously like a triangle with the T-nuts all bolted down, and that's really good. And I've got the whole thing dead centered. So yeah, so what I'll do, I'll just flip the camera around and show you the bolt pattern that I've done, and then what I'll do is I'll then take the wheelbase off, show you they're there. So if any of you did want to do this, I can give you some measurements of how I've done it, and then it's really simple. You just need a drill and then a metal drill bit, and it goes through really easily, and yeah, it works really well. Okay, so let's flip the camera around and I'll just show you where the bolt holes are. Okay, so let me get under here. So as you see, there's a lot of scratching. There's a lot of scratching under there. That's because of the filing that I was doing. But this is the bolt hole that I had, the new one I had to drill. I think that was the previous one that I was using, but obviously then it was all offset a bit. But that one, there's one I drilled, and it's actually right up against. So obviously this is the clamp. That one there, and then the other one. The other 2, as you can see, they're right there, and again, point to them, it's right up against the clamp. So I think the way that I've got it is as perfect as you're going to get it. But as you can see, yeah, so there's the 2 bolt holes there. Right, so right, so what I'm going to do is I'll now take off the wheelbase and then show you the dimensions and what it looks like with the wheelbase off. Okay, we'll be back in a sec. Okay, we're back. So right, as you can see, I've got the base plate off, and these are the three that are the new holes that I drilled. So previously, you would have connected it through this hole, this one, and this one. But obviously, these two aren't accessible with it dead center, so you would have to go have the whole thing mounted back. But obviously, like I said, the whole thing is then canted off. But then previously when I had it in the furthest back position, when I pre-drilled that, it did move the whole unit forward, but obviously it's still not centered. So what I then done was measured between there and there and there and there, and then these two holes here are the new ones that I've done. So if I take these out now, I remove that one. Oh, camera, and then we'll do some measurements. Now, take that one out. Okay, so as you can you see on camera? Yeah, you can see all the lines that I've drawn. So basically what I've done from the front, that's the original hole. So just draw a straight line coming up. And the same with this side, just draw a straight line coming up. You can get a set square or something. And then once you've got that line going up, what did I do then? I can't remember, but I then drew a line across to find the center. Oh, that was it. Just did a line coming across. But the actual distance, so the center of this hole here is coming out at 550, say 57 mil from there. So 5.7 centimeters, obviously that's the same both sides. And then to get this hole, I just measured from there to there, and they did the same again. But obviously, because you've got this hole here, if you just draw a straight line, you can then get your measurement from there to there, which is 75 mil from center to center. But that's basically what you need to do. And then as you do that, you can get the whole thing centered and it looks so much better. So what I'll quickly do, I'll quickly get the wheelbase back on and then show it to you how it's all centered. So what I actually do, I'll just put the T-nuts back on. I'm now going to slide it on so you can see it sliding on. Base on. Hopefully we can do it in one. There's always one T-nut that gets a bit out of shape. There we go. Right, so that is now on. I'll bring it around there, and as you can see, that's pretty centered. That's not bad, is it? I quite like that. So yeah, so you tighten all of that up. I'll get it from the other side for you. Okay, so we've got that back on now, and as you can see, it's all centered now. We've got the base plate in the middle, and as you can see now, the wheelbase is all centered, and it works really well. You've got your 3 points of contact, so it's all screwed in. It's all really solid, and probably the most minimal amount of flex you're going to get now out of this rig, obviously, because it's a folding rig, so it's going to flex somewhere. But yeah, so this works really well. So if you are confident with a drill, it takes no time. It took me like 2 minutes to drill the 3 holes. As long as you've got the measurements right, you can't go wrong. So if you've got this cockpit and you've got this wheelbase and you want to get it dead center, then this is probably the best way to do it. Other than that, if you've got the new rig and you want to drill the holes, you could probably still do the same. I'm not sure with the new bolt pattern if there's already like some holes already been drilled. Like I said, we got lucky. The holes are as tight to the clamp as you can get it. They're not going to get any closer, but it's in probably the most perfect place that we're going to get. But yeah, so that'll do it for this, guys. I hope this gave you some useful information on how to get it good. My next video, I'm going to do another, obviously my team video, but I've ordered the replacement pedal plates, the metal ones. They're really, really nice, and they're coming today. So looking forward to that. I'll do like a little video just to show you what they look like. But I did something else to my new pedals, but I'll show you that in the next video. Okay, guys. I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next one. Okay, guys. Bye.